Welcome back to Chrome and Classics, where we take legendary cars and restore them to their former glory. Today we have something truly special, an icon from the golden era of JDM performance, the 1998 Nissan 300ZX twin-turbo. This Z32 model was a masterpiece of engineering in its time, boasting sleek styling, cutting-edge technology, and a powerful twin-turbocharged V6 under the hood. But like many cars of its era, time has not been kind to it. Our mission? To bring this legend back to life, better than ever. Let's dive into this restoration. Assessing the condition. Every restoration begins with a proper assessment, and our 300ZX is no exception. At first glance, the car looks rough. Oxidized paint, a cracked front bumper, and signs of rust creeping in around the wheel arches. The headlights are fogged over, the weather stripping is deteriorated, and the once gorgeous body lines have been marred by years of neglect. Under the hood, things aren't much better. The VG30DETT 3.0-liter twin-turbo V6 is covered in grime and leaking oil from multiple seals. The turbos have significant shaft play, a sign they're on their last legs. The cooling system, notorious for causing issues in these cars, looks original and long overdue for an overhaul. Inside, the cabin tells the same story. The leather seats are cracked and torn, the dashboard has a few heat-induced cracks, and the center console is worn down from years of use. The digital climate control flickers inconsistently, and the stock Bose audio system is barely functional. It's clear this car needs a full teardown and rebuild, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Disassembly and planning the restoration. The first step is stripping the car down to its bare bones. We start by removing the hood, bumpers, side skirts, and lights. The wheels and suspension components come off next, exposing the worn-out bushings, tired shocks, and rusted control arms. Next, we move to the interior. Carefully, we remove the seats, carpet, dashboard, and trim pieces. Every part is labeled and stored properly for later restoration or replacement. With the cabin cleared out, we can focus on the engine bay. The 3.0-liter twin-turbo V6 is pulled out along with the transmission, making room for a full rebuild. With the powertrain out, we get a clear look at the chassis and engine bay, revealing rust spots and areas that need reinforcement. With the car fully disassembled, it's time to plan our rebuild. We're aiming for a factory-correct restoration with a few modern upgrades to enhance reliability and performance, while keeping the original spirit of the car alive. Restoring the chassis and body. Before we start rebuilding, the chassis needs attention. We treat all rusted areas, cutting out and replacing compromised metal, particularly around the rocker panels and wheel wells. A full underbody treatment ensures long-term protection against corrosion. For the exterior, we straighten out dents, realign panels, and prep the body for paint. The original silver metallic, KL0 color, is a timeless look, and we decide to retain it, but with a modern ceramic coat finish for extra durability and shine. New weather stripping, seals, and trim pieces are sourced to replace the old brittle ones. The headlights are restored with new lenses and LED internals to improve nighttime visibility. Rebuilding the heart, the VG30DETT. With the body coming together, it's time to focus on the heart of the car, the VG30DETT engine. We completely disassemble it, replacing worn components with new forged internals for added strength. The twin turbos are upgraded to modern ball-bearing units, delivering better spool times and increased efficiency while retaining the factory feel. The cooling system, a weak point in the Z32, gets a full refresh with a high-performance aluminum radiator, new silicone hoses, and an upgraded intercooler system. The fuel system is also upgraded with new injectors and a performance fuel pump to support the engine's enhancements. Once rebuilt, the engine is meticulously reassembled, ensuring every torque spec is perfect. The transmission is also inspected and rebuilt to handle the increased power. With everything prepped, the powertrain is ready to be reinstalled. Reassembling the suspension and brakes. With the engine out of the way, we shift our attention to the suspension and braking system. The factory shocks and springs are replaced with adjustable coilovers, providing better handling and a refined ride quality. Every bushing is replaced with polyurethane alternatives to tighten up the chassis. Control arms, sway bars, and subframe components are refreshed to bring the handling back to life. For braking, we install 4-piston Brembo calipers paired with slotted rotors to enhance stopping power. With the increased performance of the engine, we need brakes that can match the newfound speed. Restoring the interior. The interior is next. We reupholster the seats in fresh black leather with contrast stitching to give a subtle modern touch while maintaining the original design. The dashboard is repaired and refinished, and the center console is restored with a new OEM-style trim. The outdated Bose audio system is replaced with a high-fidelity modern unit featuring Bluetooth and Apple CarPlay, hidden behind a factory-looking faceplate to preserve the original aesthetics. The digital climate control unit is repaired, and all gauges are restored with LED backlighting for a crisp, factory-fresh look. After countless hours of meticulous work, the interior is complete, bringing the cockpit of this 300ZX back to life. Final assembly and testing. With the interior complete, we move on to the final steps of the build. The VG30D ETT engine and transmission are reinstalled, and all electrical and vacuum connections are carefully routed. New fluids are added, and every bolt is double-checked. The wheels of choice? A set of OEM-inspired 17-inch forged alloys, wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires for the perfect balance of performance and grip. With everything in place, we perform a final inspection before firing up the car for the first time. The moment of truth arrives. The ignition turns, the fuel pump primes, and the engine roars to life with a smooth, refined idle. After initial checks, we take the car on its first test drive. The turbos spool effortlessly, the suspension feels tight and responsive, and the brakes inspire confidence. This once-neglected legend is now a fully restored masterpiece. The finished product. After months of dedication, the 1998 Nissan 300ZX twin-turbo is officially reborn. It's back on the road, looking and performing just as it did in its prime, if not better. Seeing the car come together is one of the most rewarding parts of any restoration. Whether it's cruising through the city or carving up canyon roads, this Z32 is now ready for a new chapter in its life. And there you have it, our complete restoration of the legendary 1998 Nissan 300ZX twin-turbo. From a neglected relic to a pristine JDM masterpiece, this project was a labor of love. What do you think of the build? Would you have done anything differently? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next big restoration. Thanks for watching Chrome and Classics, and until next time, keep those engines roaring.